Today we're back showcasing another knife from Exodus Knife and Tool. It is the Jackalope. Let's go. A while back I did a video on the Adventurecraft, and I'll leave a link in the video description below. And I talked about how that knife would be great as a trail knife, whether you're backpacking, whether you're into ultra-light camping and such, and even as a fixed blade EDC. Well, I got my hands on the Jackalope. This is the big brother to the Adventurecraft, and I thought that I would run it through the same paces that I did with the Adventurecraft. So first, what we're going to do is cut away. I'll do a quick specs rundown. We're going to show you up close this knife. Then we're going to go do some practical application, and then we're going to bring it back right here, and we're going to talk about it. Hey, we're out here. It's a beautiful day in the middle of winter in SoCal. We're talking about knives. You're here with me. The video starts now. Let's go. All right, let's talk about this real quick. First off, just like you get it in the mail, you get a really nice box that has been milled out. I'm into woodworking. I appreciate the nice subtle touches. This is a nice touch right here. You open it up, and this is what it looks like. You have the Jackalope in there, and you get a really nice card that comes with it. It basically tells you the specs, the steel, that it was inspected before it left. Just nice quality. It has that old school quality to it. Now, the sheath, you're going to get a Kydex sheath. This one happens to be an OD green that matches the color motif of this ensemble. Looks really nice. And like I said in the Adventurecraft, there's multiple ways to carry this blade. You can carry this as a cross draw. You can carry it as a dangler. You could carry it on a backpack, on a shoulder strap. You're only limited by your imagination, and it comes with these snaps that are only going to open up one way. So I've used these on multiple knives, and I've had no problem at all with them coming loose, falling off. They're a very secure system. Let's start off the genesis behind this, the designer, Jacob, over at the Preppers Bunker Outdoors channel. I'll leave links in the video description below. Jacob runs an awesome channel over there. He is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to outdoor primitive living skills and just survival techniques, I highly suggest you go check out his channel. The design on this, you have a drop point design. It is 8.5 inches long. The cutting edge is a little over 3 3/4 inch. And they're using a S35 VN steel. That is a powdered steel. And S35 VN is specifically designed for cutlery, for knife making. It holds an edge very well. It is corrosion resistant. It's right up there with L-Max, and I've used L-Max before on the first edge knives, and all I can say is that it's just amazing. S35 VN is just right up there, top tier. You're getting quality. It's filet mignon out here. This is filet mignon steel. It's Parkerized Cerakote. It's corrosion resistant, but like anything, it's not corrosion proof. You're going to have to do preventative maintenance. If you're in a high humidity, if you're using it for food prep, if you're gutting fish, if you're processing game, obviously you're going to have to do some sort of preventative maintenance on your knives, and no steel is exempt from that. So that's just my little PSA about that. It's a little bit over 1/8 inch thick. I think that's perfect for this length and for this design of blade. And the handles are just phenomenal. I like the tan, neutral, canvas micarta handles. They have enough belly in there. I have a medium to a medium-sized hand. I didn't get a lot of rolling with this at first. Just like the Adventurecraft, I thought, well, the handle is really thin, that it was going to impede me being able to do tasks, but I had no problem at all with that. The knife weighs in also at 3.5 ounces. That also makes it for a great backpacking knife. If you're a minimalist and you're just going out with a tarp and a bivy sack and your knife, and you're just trying to go under 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever, you're going to be able to do it with something like this. And also bushcraft, where the Adventurecraft is going to be more of like a everyday EDC fixed blade carry, where you're going to be doing maybe just light bushcraft tasks. I could see you going full on bushcraft with this. I mean, this sort of steel and this design is going to hold up. I don't expect you to be chopping down trees with this, or just gnarly limbs that's got a lot of twist in it. You have to use a little bit of common sense, but for most bushcrafting tasks that you're going to do, this is going to work just fine. As you've seen with doing the leather cutting test, I do that for a reason, so you guys can see the cutting edge on this and how well that it's going to perform. Doing the feather sticks and cutting stuff like the hose and things like that, I do that just to see how well the edge is going to stay as we're doing this review. Had no problem at all, and I attribute that, of course, to the S35 VN, but also to their heat treat. If you can have the greatest steel in the world, but if you don't get the heat treat right, then you're going to have issues. I've had zero issues with edge retention on that. It stayed sharp, and it's with a little bit of dressing using a strop, you're going to keep your sharpening minimal. So the question you have to ask yourself, is this knife for you? Well, like I talked about earlier, if you're an ultralight backpacker, if you're into fixed blade everyday carries, if you're into moderate bushcrafting and campcraft tasks, if you just like a knife that you can go fishing and hunting with, that isn't going to be big on your hip, you're able to get through the woods, it's not going to snag on something, well, you might want to check out the Jackalope from Exodus Knife and Tool. As always, I'll leave links in the video description below. And with that, folks, it's a wrap. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.